Welcome back all of you to our online platform, that is our school's YouTube channel. So again we are ready with today's video. This video is for class 9th and the subject is science, and we are supposed to continue the same chapter, that is chapter number 10, and the name of the chapter is gravitation. As you all know that we have completed that question theoretically. At the same time we have also discussed the in-text questions, and we have already started the exercise also, which is given at the end of the chapter, and I think that we have discussed question number 1, 2 and 3. Now question number 4. The earth and the moon are attracted to each other by a gravitational force. Does the earth attract the moon with a force that is greater or smaller or the same as the force with which the moon attracts the earth? Why? This is the question number 4, and I will add or I will relate the question number 5 with question number 4 as well, that we should also read. If the moon attracts the earth, why does the earth not move towards the moon? Now the first thing, the gravitational force is there between any two objects in this universe. We have discussed under the heading universal law of gravitation, that law states that every object in the universe attract the other object, and the magnitude of that force can be calculated by the formula F is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square, where G is the universal gravitational constant and the value of the G is 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11, and the units are Newton meter square per kilogram square. At the same time m1 and m2 are the masses of the object, and where upon r square, r is the distance between their centers. So we can say that the magnitude of the force is directly proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the distances between the square of the distances between their centers. So earth and moon both are having the mass, and the distance is also there between their centers. So the force of gravitation or force of attraction will be there, and the same force is experienced by both, but the direction will be opposite. So the moon and the earth both are attracting each other with the same force. Now that was the first question, that is question that is the question number 3. Now question number 4. If moon attracts the earth, why earth is not moving towards the moon? That is also means a common question. If the force of attraction is there, then the object should move towards the other object. So we have taken one example. We have discussed many times that we can take one pebble. A peb means one small stone, and we can tie that with the help of a thread, and we will revolve that. If we revolve that, means that is revolving due to the centripetal force. Centripetal force means the force which is directed towards the center. Now that pebble is not moving towards the center. Now the force is there, but due to that force it is moving, it is revolving around the center, but it is not moving towards the center. And if we release, if no force is there, then it will go away tangentially, it will not come inside. If we release that, it will go outside. So due to the gravitation force only, the moon is revolving around the sun. It is not moving towards the that moon is revolving around the earth, and it is not moving towards the earth. The first thing is that. Second thing, the earth cannot also move towards the moon, because the mass of the earth is too much more than that of the moon as well. But due to the gravitational force, one important consequence is there, that the moon is revolving the earth, and earth is having the larger size and the large mass as compared to that of moon. So that's why the earth cannot move towards the moon due to that gravitational force. I hope that you have understood the question number 4 as well as question number 5. Now question number 6. What happens to the force between two objects if the mass of one object is doubled, if the distance between the object is doubled or tripled, the mass of the both objects are doubled? This now this is one of the important questions. You should be serious regarding that, and you should understand that seriously. We will take the different parts of this question, that is question number 6. And first of all, we will discuss part first. Now we know that F is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square. We are considering that F1 means the original force. F1 is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square. Now the first case is there. Now this is a ordinary thing. Now we will start from here. First, if mass of the object is doubled, mass of the object is doubled means 1, either 1. If mass of the object is doubled, now so F2 will be equals to G. Now in place of m1 we can write 2 m1 m2 upon r स्क्वायर. मीन्स हमने क्या किया, डबल किसका किया, m1 का. पहले m1 था, अभी हमने क्या कर दिया, 2m1 ट्वाइस कर दिया उसको. सो नाउ वी कैन रीअरेंज अगेन. F2 इक्वल्स टू 2 वी कैन टेक आउटसाइड एंड G m1 m2 upon r square. Now this G m1 m2 upon r square is F1. So F2 will become twice F1. Now F1 was the initial force and F2 is the force after doubling the mass. So F2 becomes twice the F1. means हमने mass क्या किया, double, तो force भी कितनी हो गई, double. This was the first part. means if we double the mass of any of the object, then the force experienced will be doubled as well. So now the second part. In the second part, the distance between the object is doubled and tripled. If distance is doubled, means F2 will be equals to G m1 m2, no change is there, but R is doubled, it will become 2r and 2r whole square. means G m1 m2 upon 2 to the 4 r square. Now what about this, F2 is equals to 1 upon 4 into G m1 m2 upon r square is F1. If the distance is doubled, the force will become 1 by 4. The second the statement was there that directly proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the distance between their centers. If the distance is increased, the force will be reduced. If the distance is decreased, then the force will increase. So here we have doubled the distance, means we have increased the distance, so the force is reduced. How much? 1 by 4th. Now at the same time, if it is tripled, tripled means it will become here 3 times and the square of 3 is 9 and this will become 1/9. If the distance is further increased, means in place of doubled it was tripled, then the force will be reduced to 1/9 of the original force. Now this is the consequences of increasing the distance between the object. As the distance is increased, the force will be decreased. Now the next part is, that is third one. In the third part, what we have to do, the masses of the objects are doubled, means if the masses are doubled, means both the masses are doubled. If the masses of the objects are doubled, means F2 will become G twice m1 into twice m2 upon r square, means in place of m1 2m1, in place of m2 2m2, because the masses of the objects. Now here in this part objects are there, means we are supposed to double the masses of the both objects. In the first part it was that the mass of the object was doubled, one one object's mass was doubled. Here both have been doubled, so we can write here now F2 2 2 ja 4 and then G m1 m2 upon r square. Again G m1 m2 upon r square is F1, so F2 is equals to 4 times F1. If the masses are doubled, then the force will become 4 times. So these are the consequences of any change caused in the system. If the masses are doubled or tripled, so the force will increase. If the distance is disturbed, means if we increase the distance, the force will become less, it will be reduced. If we decrease the distance between the objects, the force will increase. So I hope that you have understood, and again you are supposed to go through the chapter, you are supposed to read the important terms, and you are supposed to see whether we have skipped any of the terms. At the same time you are supposed to go through all the questions as well, the in-text questions, and we have completed up to question number 6, and you can try the upcoming questions 7, 8, 9 or 10. And if you face any kind of problem, or if you are having any doubt, then you can message us or you can even call us. We will try to rectify your doubts so that you can easily cope with the questions given in the chapter, means you can solve or you can explain what type of answers are demanded there in the textbook. And after completing your work, means in text questions, you are supposed to note down in your rough notebook. You are not supposed to start writing anything in your fair notebook. After completing those questions in your rough notebook, you are supposed to take the pic of that and you are supposed to upload on the school's WhatsApp number. Thank you very much.